Right, so I was in the gym today and I was squatting in the squat rack, and in the front of the squat rack there is a deadlift platform in the same rack. It's one thing. So just done a set of squats and a guy comes over and asks me a question, but it was a statement saying, can I deadlift in front of you there, which is about 1.5 feet in front of you on the same plate. So I said, no, I'm still squatting, I've got 2 sets left and then you can have the rack. So he was dismayed at this, and the personal trainer and his client that was just beside me, they were dismayed at this as well, that actually somebody wanted to honour their training. Because if he was in front of me, I wouldn't have been able to see myself in the mirror squatting, which takes away a wee bit of the power that goes into your work, and also maybe your form's not so good. The mirrors are not there in the gym to preen and admire yourself. Some people do, but actually they're there to keep your form good, and it helps you motivate yourself when you're looking in the mirror. So anyway, I says no to him because they'd been right in front of me and it would have took away from my squatting. And there was dismay all around me. Disgust. The young personal trainer was disgusted that I would say no, that somebody couldn't interrupt my routine and be in front of me and take away my space in the mirror and his client. And I thought, a man who wants to honour himself and his space and his training is frowned upon. A man who says no to another is frowned upon. And I thought, that's toxic masculinity, that we've got to a stage where you're not allowed to say no and honour your own space and your own training. Because I guarantee you, if I'd let that man squat in front of me, I would have got 2 less reps out of my squatting, just with him being in my space and not seeing myself in the mirror, but instead looking at his big fat arse. So I said no. I'd have been done in 5 minutes and he could have had it. And actually there was a space beside me where he deadlifted quite the thing. It was more about intruding into space, I think. And sadly we're a society now where nobody's got any boundaries, nobody says no to another, we're just pleasing each other and hating ourselves for dishonouring ourselves. And if I'd have let that guy squat in front of me, I'd have been resentful, I'd have been angry, I'd have been pissed off that I'd done it. But we're in a society where we need to go into that space of being angry and pissed off that we've done it, to honour, to let that other person come into our space. And that's where it's at now, with regards to everything. You know, people are going against their own will to try and please another person, and everybody's British or some team, but we've been taught to dishonour ourselves and honour the other who's not honouring themselves, so they're not happy anyway. We've been taught to make other people happy that are miserable, that'll not be happy anyway. So the real key is make yourself happy, even if people are pissed off at you and dismayed at you, that you say no and hold your own space. At least you're in integrity with yourself. You know, at least I was in integrity with myself. And actually, there was about 4 or 5 younger guys, maybe early 20s, all doing their bodybuilding, and they were all kind of shocked that I said this, but I'll tell you what, there was a woman in front of me, a younger woman, maybe about 28, beautiful, and I know she would have been loving that, because women crave for men who actually can say no and stand for something, because nobody stands for anything nowadays. I've probably spoke to about a dozen men who told me they took that vaccination and didn't want to take it, but they took it anyway and they regret taking it. So there'll be a lot of inner resentment there, there'll be a lot of inner anger because they've done that to please everybody else. And some of them have got issues with their health now because they did it. So the internal anger and hatred and rage within them for dishonouring themselves is probably huge in this country in a way, if we're being honest. But I'm going to continue to honour myself and say no and allow others to be pissed off at me. And And the reason I'm posting this is I would have been judged by these I'm going to call them pussies, a lot of pussies. Now, men, you know, these good men are actually the most dangerous men. These pussies that are dishonouring themselves for others are the most dangerous men. So I'm going to keep honouring myself and saying no, even if 100 people are unhappy at me saying no. I'm going to honour myself, because then I'm not going to have that inner anger, inner resentment, inner bitterness towards myself. But actually there's going to be a wee bit of inner pride that I stood for myself. Because nobody's standing for MD, you know, nobody's ever stood for me, so I'm standing for myself now. And I know these guys I would have been judged as a toxic masculine man for doing that, for honouring myself. And the reason I'm posting this is every one of these guys that were judging me, they're the toxic. That's the toxic masculine. These pussies that stand for nothing, that sacrifice themselves to try and please the other. They're the toxic men, they're the dangerous men. I think that's me. Aye, much love, see you.